Hello to all my gorgeous stars. Welcome back to our beautiful little spiritual container. I gotta say, I'm loving this little quiet corner we have here on the tube. Sure, a bigger reach and a larger audience would be great, but I'm not gonna lie, I like that we're away from all the noise. So today we're getting into something really interesting, and that's dating in your feminine energy. Also, a super hot topic in the space of for women right now, and it really only made sense to dive deeper into this after the bonus sign in the last message. If you haven't listened to the last message, the last channeled message, go give it a listen. I will link it somewhere above or maybe in the description below. Okay, so let's get into that. Well, first of all, let's talk about something I've been seeing in this sphere that I feel is really incomplete and needs to be addressed. Embracing your divine feminine energy in dating is an immensely transformative and empowering experience because remember, the divine feminine is a force that values presence and intuition and surrendering, forgiveness, compassion, authenticity, all qualities that will greatly enhance any relationship, right? Qualities that will enrich, certainly, your dating journey. So, ladies, it's not just about going out and finding a partner, finding a man, a provider man to sprinkle on you. A lot of my dear ladies out there are so laser focused on this concept and the strategies of the sprinkle. But ladies, I say this with so much love from my heart. Let's face it, most of you don't deserve it. I'm just giving a moment of silence for all the people that clicked off, because that may have been too triggering. But yeah, a lot of my dear women out there are all about this sprinkle methodology, but they don't find these men because frankly, you're not there yet. You don't deserve it yet. And as much as I don't like the word deserve either, I think it's needed here just because that's what everyone's going to understand for context and also for tough love. I give a lot of tough love in my coaching. As much as there is a lot of loving and lightness energy, when change needs to happen, there's no sugarcoating it. So, my loves, I'm not saying the sprinkle is not real or that it can't happen for you. It's absolutely real and it's absolutely possible. It absolutely can happen for you if you earn it. And the way to earn it is by doing the work. You have to do the inner work. You have to earn the sprinkle. This doesn't feel good to say to you guys, by the way, especially on this platform. I'm usually only this blunt in trainings or masterclasses or coaching, but I'm being called to say it because so many people, so many women are bypassing the deep energetic work and the deep awakening and going straight to the strategies. Yes, I know how good it sounds and how great it can feel and how easy it seems for all these other women. And actually, it really is that good and nice and easy. It really, really is that easy. Attracting a healthy masculine man that's willing and able and lovingly, does all the things for you. It's not hard at all. It's super freaking easy. But only if you've done the inner work. I've talked about how a lot of people are neglecting their energetic side when they can use that to actually make their physical existence so much easier, so much more fulfilling. It's the same thing here. The feminine energy dating strategies that are out there are great, but they won't be as effective or lasting if you haven't consciously awakened and energetically embodied the aspects of the divine feminine energy and cultivated harmony with your masculine energy. So that's what we're doing today. Today we're going to do a deep dive into the world of dating and what it really looks like when you fully embody the divine feminine energy, when you fully embrace the qualities associated with the divine feminine, so that you are incorporating them into your dating life instead of just acting, right? Instead of just living a false feminine identity with strategies. Because my love, this is how you do it authentically. This is how you build more fulfilling connections, genuine connections, and relationships that truly last, right? Because it has to become you. It becomes you. You won't even need strategies because you'll just be that. That's embodiment. That's authentic, right? They're not rules. They're not games. It's awareness. It's embodiment. It's authentically you. Otherwise, you'll feel like, or men will feel like it's manipulating and playing games, or their rules, right? So we're talking about 8 pillars. Oh, there's my divine number again. I promise I did not do this on purpose again. We're going to talk about 8 aspects or 8 pillars of the feminine energy you need to work on, you need to be aware of, you need to, make a priority, and how they can make a world of a difference in your dating life. All right, so let's get into those. The first pillar, the first step, the first aspect is self-love. Now, I feel like this is super obvious. I can flow on and on and on about self-love, but I'll try to keep it shorter here so that, again, this video is not an hour long. Self-love, which is really just a remembrance of who you truly are to your core, is the foundation of divine feminine dating. Because connecting to yourself, knowing yourself, is the first step to knowing what you truly desire. Right? Because how will you know what you really want from a relationship, what your soul truly wants and desires and needs, if you haven't connected with your soul, if you haven't met your true self? Honey, you got to mate with yourself. You got to mate with your soul first. Connect with her before you can mate with another. Besides, if you don't know what you want, what's going to happen is you'll just settle for whatever you can get, which is the reality for most people in most relationships right now, right? And that's not fulfilling for anyone involved. Embracing yourself, embracing your true desires and your uniqueness, cultivating that deep sense of self-love, that is key to finding divine love and divine union, because it is the relationship and the connection with yourself that sets the stage for your relationship and connections with other people, including men, including romantic love. So without exception, you must first make sure your relationship with yourself is a strong and sovereign one. All right, so that's the first pillar. Now, the next pillar of feminine energy you must make a priority to become aware of is listening to your intuition, listening to your intuitive guidance, what I call your IGS, your internal guidance system. The divine feminine is deeply connected to intuition, and intuition is a powerful tool in dating. Your intuition will always try to guide you towards connections that resonate with your highest self, with your true self, or connections that will get you to heal to get to that place. So it's important to listen to your inner voice when you're navigating the dating realm. You have to trust your instincts and let them guide you to the values and the desires of your highest self, of your most divine identity. And when you work on activating your self-love, you'll know that the guidance you're receiving is always leading you to your highest good, to your most optimal existence, even if it may not feel good or, look good at times. Okay? And this leads us to the next pillar, which is embracing vulnerability and presence. Now, okay, this is so not the kind of vulnerability you may be thinking of. Whenever we hear vulnerability, we instantly think of sharing like our negative feelings and our negative emotions and our negative experiences and our past stories and our past traumas, right? But in dating, this is actually the kind of vulnerability that you do not want to embrace in your feminine energy. Because the feminine energy is all about presence. It's all about being present in the moment. Because of that, you want to engage in vulnerability in the present moment. You want to share your feelings and emotions and experiences that are present to you. This is likely different from any advice that you've ever received when it comes to vulnerability, I know. And this is because this is how an emotionally aware person, someone who is doing their inner work, activating self-love, following their IGs, being present, this is how they navigate the world as a healing and awakening individual. Communication is key in a relationship, and expressing yourself authentically is very, very, very important. But if you're on a healing journey, you have to become aware of which self you express. If you're doing your inner work and therefore you're shedding old layers and old versions of yourself, bringing up your past stories and your past traumas and all these things that no longer resonate with your current state, with your current existence, that's not going to be very authentic, right? That version of you that you've worked so hard to kind of grow out of, that wasn't your truest self. That's not your most authentic self, right? There are going to be times for sharing those past stories and those past experiences. But babes, a 2-hour date is not the place and it's not the time. You want to remain present during dating, and you want to share how you're feeling and what you're experiencing in that present moment, in those present moments. This is authentic vulnerability, hun. This is what fosters a deeper connection with a healthy masculine man. Now, the fourth aspect to embrace when dating is in your feminine energy is an open heart. Building genuine connections is at the heart of the divine feminine, especially when dating. And you do that by approaching dating with an open heart. This may be really hard for a lot of people, and it's usually really, really hard for my clients. This means nurturing bonds that go beyond superficial aspects. Yes, it means releasing the kind of man you think is your type and being open to real emotional connections first. Real love, right? As physical beings, it is natural that we get hung up on physical aspects of our lives. And then when we're dating, we get hung up on the physical features of people. But when we awaken the energetic side of ourselves and we connect to our whole being, the divine feminine, when we awaken that energy in dating, you're going to start looking beyond surface level attractions and interactions and connections. Because once you awaken your fullest self, you're only going to be interested in more emotional depth and more understanding. Okay, the divine feminine looks beyond all those surface level things like the attractions. Like, she goes way deeper than that. She's only interested in more emotional depth when she's dating, in more understanding when she's dating. Her heart is open to love in general, not love in a specific package. Okay, not love in a specific way. She's open to love, open heart. Okay. The fifth aspect of the divine feminine to cultivate when dating is surrendering or surrenderance. Remember, patience becomes a virtuous attribute when your divine feminine energy is awakening or is awakened. So naturally, you will trust in the timing of your dating journey. You're not going to try to control and rush the process. You will allow relationships to unfold naturally when you're dating in feminine energy. Okay, patience allows for a more organic and sustainable connection to develop. Now, the next powerful aspect that enhances your dating experience in your divine feminine is honoring your sacred sensuality. There it is again. Sensuality is an integral part of the divine feminine, but it is also very, very, very sacred. So you're going to express it only in a way that feels authentic to you. You will be attuned to your limits, to your thresholds in every single stage of the dating landscape. And you're going to communicate that clearly with any prospective partner, right? A healthy masculine man will find it irresistible that you honor yourself this way. Okay, this will deepen the connection and create a more fulfilling and passionate partnership. And this also leads to the next aspect, which is authentic communication, because some people can see the whole sacred sensuality part as a boundary, and some people think of like authentic communication as setting boundaries. But honestly, I really don't like the word boundaries either, right? I feel like a boundary is something you actively have to put up, like walls, right? While, we know boundaries are not walls, and I understand that it's just a word we use for what's really actually happening, which is you're just being you. You're just being authentically you and communicating things about you, things about being you. Boundaries have this weird energy of contraction for me for some reason. I guess it's just what, we have to say to people who just don't quite understand, and that's fine. It's fine if you want to call it boundaries, but to me, authentically communicating the energies you will and will not participate in is not really a boundary. You're just not going to participate, right? As an empowered divine feminine, your authentic communication is a powerful practice, especially when dating. So you're just going to be that, right? Communicating your needs, your desires, and limits with grace is the essence of the divine feminine. You simply just become it. It's just you. That's just how you are. It's done with kindness, but when assertiveness is needed, yeah, that's thrown in there. It's expressed. But again, I still don't think of that as boundaries. I think of that as you just asserting who you are, right? You have the power to choose your experience, and that's just what you're doing. And then this way, you're able to honor yourself, all the while inviting meaningful connections that are in alignment. You're allowing them to flourish, right? And if others or even you decide not to participate with a certain energy, a certain experience, then it's just that misalignment, and you just move on, allowing, surrendering to the flow of divine timing, right? No need to actively set barriers. You're simply fostering sacred spaces to honor yourself and to honor others. And a divine masculine will not only respect and honor this about you, and not only respect and honor you in your most authentic being. An emotionally healthy man loves a woman who honors and respects her needs, her desires, and her limits. Okay? And the last pillar, which is really one of the most important ones, so weird that I made it last. They're not in order of importance, but it's just so weird that this is the last one. Number 8 is harmonizing your energies. It's funny now that I think about it, like when something's in harmony, there's that like infinity symbol that's like just infinity. Oh my God. That's wow. Alignment, I'm telling y'all. Finding balance between your feminine and masculine energies is extremely essential in dating, especially if you're seeking a divine union, with a healthy masculine. Now, when I talk about balance, especially in dating, it's important to know that balance here doesn't mean exuding an equal amount of energy, right? Exuding an equal amount of feminine energy and masculine energy, using your masculine energy equal times as you use your feminine energy. No, or becoming neutral, right? Just like staying in the middle and trying not to teeter to one or the other side. No, that's not what I mean. Balance means having awareness of both energies, healing whatever is suppressing the other so that you are in full awareness and consciousness of both of them. That way you're able to discern when to use one or the other. That's what balance means. Okay? And in romance, where an attraction needs to be present, an attraction needs to happen, there needs to be two opposing energies. This is just the science of polarity. It's how it works, right? For attraction to exist, there must be polarizing energies. Okay? As a woman, your masculine is needed, yes, to get shit done, to do your chores, to, if you're a mom, to mother your kids, to work, right? But when it comes to romance, this is where your masculine energy has to take a back seat. You already have the masculine energy present in a man, right? So you don't need to be in your masculine. if you remain in your masculine, it's going to kill the attraction because it's going to kill the polarity. There will be nothing to attract. There will be no opposing energy to attract. Either that, or you're going to continue to attract more of the passive men, more of the men who don't plan, lead, initiate, like you likely desire. You're going to attract a man who's more in his feminine. Just like if a man is more in his feminine energy in relationship, he will attract a more masculine woman, or he will kill attraction with women who are in their feminine. Okay, this is science. Like, that's how our energies work. So when you're dating in your feminine, as an awakened feminine, you're going to naturally allow your masculine partners to express their masculine energy, creating a beautiful sensual dance of the energies that complement each other rather than repelling each other. Okay, this is why when a woman reconnects with her divine feminine, a more masculine man, a man who plans, who leads and initiates, becomes more attractive to her than ones who don't. Okay, achieving this kind of harmony in dating is going to create a passionate, a romantic dynamic that can last for the ages, because both partners are coming in with their most authentic selves. They're coming in their most innate and inherent energy. All right, so there you have it. There you have it. I know a lot of this is much more radical than maybe what you've been taught or told, but this is authenticity. This is being radically you. And I'm really glad you stayed till the end to bask in all these 8 amazing pillars of the divine feminine. I mean, it's a force that celebrates presence and intuition, creativity, emotional depth, compassion. And when we bring these aspects into our dating lives, the entire experience becomes a sacred, beautiful, magical dance of hearts. It becomes fun. Dating becomes so much fun. All right. And I hope you understand a little more how you can infuse this spiritual essence into your dating journey, a journey that's really supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be about connecting authentically on a soul level. And I also hope you all feel a lot more confident about awakening this inherent power of yours so that you can unlock the doors to a magical garden of yummy, passionate love. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for joining me and listening. If you found this message enlightening at all or awakening at all, I hope you send a little sprinkle of love by hitting the like button and sharing, your spiritual dating experiences in the comments below. I would love to hear some of your insights and experiences. So until next time, this is Jules signing off, reminding you to date with an open heart, presence, and authenticity. Stay sovereign, babes. Cheers.